adjustments that they need to today to come out fired up and hopefully with a win.
Well, Florida State missing a big piece to the puzzle as reigning Defensive Player of the Year. Taryn Canute is out of the lineup. Other players have had to step up.
Sophomore Emma Clothier. She has really stepped up this year. Not only is she leading the ACC, but she's also leading the country hitting percentage-wise with 600 on the season.
And on the other side of the net, you can't talk about Miami without talking about Elisaveta Lukianova.
Lukianova, again, she has such a heavy arm, but she's also smart and dynamic at the net. Last night in their loss, she had 19 kills alone. Look for her to be so impactful tonight. Not only does she really come out and get kills, but she also scores about 5 points per set every time she plays for Miami.
All right, the stage is set. It's senior day here at Miami as the Hurricanes looking for redemption in their final game of the fall. First serve is next. 8th season at Miami. You see their second winningest coach in school history. Definitely very well respected, you can tell by his players and everyone in the Miami community. And on the other side for Florida State, Coach Chris Poole in his 13th season at Florida State. There you see his very impressive record. 294 and 92, 11 straight NCAA tournament appearances. Another coach very well respected throughout the ACC. So Anna, a lot on the line here tonight. Excuse me, today. I'm so used to doing night games. But as far as last night, we talked about it a little bit in the open, and we get ready to start here. And you know Miami would love to pick up this win in their last game of the fall.
Well, one thing Miami has never had to worry about is serving. They're so aggressive usually, and last night it just wasn't working for them.
Speaking of serving, Angela Grieve kicks us off here in Miami as we are underway. Net violation by Florida State, and the first point will go to the Hurricanes.
And that's exactly what you want if you're Miami coming out today. One thing that Coach Keno said to us, and he's been saying it all season, is the ability to make adjustments with this, for lack of a better word, weird schedule is awesome.
That's a big point. You know, Anna, one of the things that we talked about off camera a little bit was how important the start of this game was going to be. You just played last night. Maybe there's a little bit of exhaustion going on, but whoever's going to come out here strong, start, really could take control of this match.
Exactly, and it starts with the serve, right? Beginning, middle, end of this game, and whoever finds success is going to find it at the service line. But like I was saying, adjustments are huge because you only are scouting one opponent per week, and you get to make an overnight adjustment. You get that redemption attempt immediately in this really weird 2020 schedule.
Long rally going on here, big point. Defense just couldn't quite get it up for Florida State. Point Hurricanes.
It was Lauren Tarnoff. We talk a lot about her. She's a freshman, but she's so smart. I got the chance to cover her last year in high school when she was playing in Southern California for Mater Dei. And her ability, when you watch her play, even at a college level, you don't realize she's a freshman because she makes smart decisions like that.
Speaking of smart decisions, Florida State on the second ball over gets the point.
Again, look for a lot of that today. Florida State's running a 6-2, which Chris Poole has said he would hope to run a 5-1, but with this interesting and shortened, I guess, preparation for this fall season, he's had to run a 6-2.
Olivia Daly with the jump float. Big swing by Janice Leal. Florida State couldn't quite handle it. Miami gets the point. Now back to set the standout setter, Savannah Bach. She's been talked about a lot throughout the ACC. Very skilled setter. Bach goes back. What a dig by Florida State. Janice Leal again, but this time Florida State can't handle it.
And again, along with good aggressive serving and good receiving, right? It all starts with the serve and pass. We will see middles be incorporated into this game so much. Florida State, their middles lead at the stat line. And Miami, Coach Eno has talked about wanting to get his middles definitely more incorporated into a game-by-game, step-by-step basis.
Certainly getting them involved here early. Speaking of which, huge block as Janice Liao goes out and closes with Lukianova for the point. You know, we see a missed serve there, Anna, and something that you talked about in the Open was serving. And there's a fine line between staying aggressive but also being smart.
And putting over an aggressive serve. So if you're going to miss your serve, the general rule of thumb is at least get it over the net. If you're going to miss it, miss a little wide or miss long, because it gives the opposing team, whoever you're serving against, the chance to mess up, the chance to touch it.
Free ball opportunity for Florida State, but Miami able to handle it. Kalaniavalu with the big swing, and Janice Liao finishes.
You can see Miami's coming out aggressive on their serve and aggressive defensively, staying focused in the blocks. Specifically, we see Janice Liao. Pay attention, whenever we're talking about blocking, pay attention to the blocker's eyes, because it's not all about following the ball. They actually want to focus on the hitter and whoever is going to hit the ball over.
A little bit of a miscommunication there on Miami side. Florida State gets the point. Heading back to the service line now. Caroline Golden, libero. Transfer from Southeastern Louisiana, actually played outside throughout her career, but then comes to Florida State and earns her spot as a libero.
And that's what Chris Poole said, that she hadn't played libero before, but you couldn't tell. A lot of times it's hard to adjust to play the libero position, and she's done a fantastic job this season.
Yeah, she's really been impressive, definitely. Oh, almost pick it up there. Savannah Bach laid out for it, but couldn't get it. Point Florida State. Golden heads back to the service line. You talk about a strong serve. Chris Poole talked about Caroline Golden and said, you know, when the game's on the line, she's one of the servers that he's very confident in.
Which is going back to that great adjustment of being an outside hitter to a libero. Your job as a libero is to pass and serve. And missing serves as a libero is kind of just unacceptable, and she's really taken on that role and succeeded.
Morgan Chacon down the line, but that ball is wide, so Janice Liao will head back to the service line. And a rare mistouch by Caroline Golden. Normally very solid in serve receive, but Janice Liao seemed to have that good float serve on her and able to get the point and head back again.
This is the normal Miami we're used to seeing, right? Acing liberos, putting over really aggressive serves.
Big swing there, able to get the point. You know, we've talked a lot about middles and getting more involved, and here we see it early.
And who other than Emma Clothier? She has stepped up this year because she's just a sophomore. And again, we talk about Karen Knut's absence. She was Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Loss.
And Karen Knut is a middle blocker. Usually we see that award go to a defensive player who digs a lot. And she has been, Emma Clothier has just stepped up so far this season. A pleasant surprise.
Kalaniavalu with a huge swing. Taking Savannah Bach out there, though. Nice dig by Caroline Golden. And that ball's up. Back row attack, again handled by Golden. Outside to Chacon, blocked. A lot of scrappy play going on right now. And Florida State able to get the point as Jessica Nunji finishes it.
That was great communication by the Florida State side. You could hear as everyone went up to attack, right? And we call that covering. When everyone falls behind the attacker, it's to anticipate a block. So then ball's touched by the other team, you get 3 more chances. And you could hear everyone on the team saying, hey, go high hands, hey, go cross court. That's a huge part of volleyball is communication. One thing this Florida State team does so well is communicates with each other, constantly talking. And again, Caroline Golden, we talk about her a lot. She does such a nice job of that.
Kalaniavalu back to the line. She's got this great topspin serve. I love watching her serve. Oh, couldn't quite get it that time. She barely missed that and hit the top of the tape. Let's go. Actually, that leads us perfectly into Connolly's keys, Anna.
So starting off serve, right? This is a game of serve and pass and defense. Keeping those serves aggressive, making your serve to at least the other side of the court, and then just calming down, passing the ball. If you can get a good pass, incorporate those middle blockers to hit. Of course, blocking, along with serving and serving aggressively, is being able to be more disciplined in your block, anticipating, being able to anticipate and know where the ball is going to be set, setting up a closed block, and giving your defense a chance to put up a good set defense.
Angela Greed gets her second kill of the match. She's back at the service line. The nice jump float. See another big swing, you know. Jessica Nunji's been pretty impressive here early. We didn't see a lot out of her last night. She wasn't as active, but here early, really some nice swings.
No, she hasn't. One thing, pay attention to Florida State, we will say this from last night's game, their receiving was spot on. Angela Grease puts over a fantastic serve. Nope, no match for FSU's reception.
What a swing by Lauren Tarnoff. Had no shot on the other side. Priscilla Hernandez heads back to the service line. She had 20 digs last night, had a really great game. She looked very strong. That's what we were looking for. Jasmine Martin, I was impressed with her last night, and I think she's going to play a huge key here today.
Oh, she's great. She was 2020 All-ACC preseason team, and we talk a lot about Emma Clothier because she's been able to step up this year as a sophomore, kind of the pleasant surprise again, what everyone's been saying. But Jasmine Martin, she is the other middle that's just, she was middle one, right? If we have middle two and middle one, she's their go-to middle traditionally, and you can see it in her play.
Speaking of middle, Janice Liao picks up another kill, sending Savannah Vaughn back to the service line. Miami leading 12-10 here roughly halfway through set one. Big swing by Martin. Free ball opportunity here for Florida State. Back outside to Martin, blocked, but recovered. Nice cover by Golden. Another swing, and she's able to get it again. Anna, we see that all the time when a player gets blocked and then set her, hey, give me that ball again.
Oh, and those are how we tell, in sports in general, that's how you can tell a great athlete is redemption and how they're able to just pick up and say, yep, okay, we failed that time. Oh, well, I'm going to go and put the ball away. And smart, really smart, intuitive play on the outside there.
We have a stoppage in play here. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh, a challenge.
I believe it was called. State is challenging on whether or not it was called a net.
I think you were right, Anna. Let's take a look.
So saying Miami touched the net, and then Miami is challenging.
There's a chance that Gondara thinks that Jasmine Martin touched the net when she swung through. It's hard, a little hard to tell there on the video, but I think that might be what's happening. If we take another look here, see Jasmine Martin's right hand as she swings through. Pretty sure that's what Gondara saw as well. Forced him to take a risk on the challenge.
It's difficult to tell, but the great thing about these challenges is it's a change of pace, and whether or not coaches win it, sometimes they use it as an attempt to just get a timeout, and maybe they'll get a timeout back in that circumstance. But again, volleyball is such a momentum sport, and when you're close like this, 11-12, it's nice to slow down momentum of whoever has the momentum at the time.
Just a reminder, later tonight there's more ACC volleyball as most of these same regional sports networks will be showing North Carolina as they take on NC State. That match is scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for the broadcast time in your region. All right, we're being told that the previous call will stand. Florida State wins the challenge. None other than the girl we were just looking at. Jasmine Martin heads back to the service line. Preseason All-ACC team. Played right side last year, asked to carry more of a heavier load this year by Coach Poole. Big swing by Lukianova. She's been a little bit quiet here early, but she makes her presence known.
Last night in the first set that Miami won, it was right at this point, 11, 13, 14, that Lukianova just took over. She took over the set. And again, that's how you can tell good to great players is she has that ability to just take over games.
Conley down the line. Oh. I used to hate it when that would happen in college. It's always the worst thing you can see, that ball rolling down the tape, not knowing where it's going to land.
And that's what Miami, that challenge was a smart challenge, even though they didn't win it, because they shifted the momentum back into their corner. Lukianova came out with a huge swing, and it's imperative at this point in the set that they get that momentum back on their side.
Nice short serve by Caroline Golden.
Except, of course, when you have the stud libero for FSU serving, and she always puts over such a great serve. And again, it wasn't a hard serve. She didn't get an ace, but she put Miami out of system. What is out of system? Well, in volleyball, we have that right front is where we're trying to pass the ball. Anytime that a pass doesn't go to right front, that's out of system. It's not a perfect pass, and it gives the opposing team blockers, whoever's serving, whoever's on defense first, gives them more of a chance to know where the ball's being set so they can set up a good block.
Janice Liao now 5 kills, hitting .833. Point Florida State. Wow, Anna, this game, it's just point for point right now. It's going to be really interesting to see which team can pull away.
It really isn't. Last night, that was what the stat line said. Everyone was pretty even as far as digs, kills, hitting percentage. It's just in these games where the skill is so level, it goes back to the basics. It goes back to serving and passing.
Angela Grieve, for that swing is long. We have a media timeout. We'll step away as well. Florida State leading 15-14 here in set 1. Number 1, it's been back and forth this whole first set, and a point for point. Like we said before the break, going to be interesting to see if a team can pull away, or it's going to be like this maybe all the way to 25.
It could be like this all the way to 25, and matches like this where the skill set is so even and the score lines are very even, it's really important to make your serve, make an aggressive serve, and focus on that first touch.
Olu Pessier able to get Miami out of system. Some net play going on here. Yep, double call by Florida State, point Miami.
Looks like there was a bit of a miscommunication there. And that's exactly why we always talk about wanting to get teams out of system, because it causes whenever you're out of system, you have to over communicate and you get just thrown off your rocker. You're not
touch just with one hand,
able to set up your normal effective offense.
I couldn't see it, so if you had a double, okay.
Kind of hear some of the conversation there by the referees. A little bit of potentially a miscommunication. Coach Poole wants some clarification on the call for sure. I can tell you there's a lot of confused faces on the Florida State side. As we hear,
I'm one hand to put it over the net. I know, but I only used one hand.
As you hear Morgan Chacon there, you can kind of hear her through Speaking with our up official saying, I only used one hand. I don't understand how that can be a double. I'm not sure what the explanation is. But definitely some confusion on both sides. But it looks like, nonetheless, Miami's going to get the point. Janet Kalaniavalu back at the service line. I thought it was interesting, Coach Keno told us he feels she serves better at home. Maybe it's just something about being her home gym, whatever it may be. She'll do a jump float here. I think trying to avoid probably exactly what just happened. Normally we see her with that big topspin serve, and there she went to a float, but unable to get that one over as well.
And sometimes serving is the one part in volleyball that is completely in your own head. So if she serves better at home traditionally, it's usually because she's comfortable and the gym is comfortable. Again, we at Syracuse sometimes would play in the Carrier Dome. Nobody liked that. We didn't like how it sounds different when you hit it on your hand. It looks different, the depth perception. So it's surprising that she has missed now 2 serves today.
Again, a nice cover by Caroline Golden. She's done a fantastic job today covering her hitters. She'll go to Jasmine Martin. Off-speed shot, but Hurricanes able to pick it up. Quite the rally going on right now. They'll go back row. Kalaniavalu puts it away from the back.
That is an awesome decision by Savannah Vaught. Normally you're expecting her to go to her go-to big arm on the outside, but she goes back row to Janet Kalaniavalu and hits it. Just a great area. Coming from the back row, I love it. I'm speechless. I love that.
It was a good play. I like seeing that too. Lukianova from the outside gets blocked. Go back to her again. And there we see it again. Setters going right back to hitters that have just gotten blocked, saying, hey, get up there, get it done.
And that's what Savannah Vaught and Lukianova are so good at doing, is connecting. Again, good from great. That's what makes Lukianova great, is the ability to get blocked, hit it out, and then come firing up next play.
We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break with them. Miami leading. Welcome back. Miami leading 17-16 over Florida State here in the first set. Back at the service line for Miami, Angela Grieve. Coach Keno said she's the driving force of the team emotionally. So important to have players like that on the floor. Off the air up the middle. Ultimately, will get the kill and finish it for Florida State. They get the point and tie it up at 17-all.
Jasmine Martin reaching over the net like that, and it looks easy when you watch it as not a player and you're not on the court, but then anybody who plays volleyball knows it's that net play, the trickle stuff that's tight to the net is hard. And Jasmine Martin, you can see her experience and her skill.
Wow, nice tip. Always that front left, very difficult to defend. Miami able to get the point, and Priscilla Hernandez will head back to the service line.
It's heads-up play by Lauren Tarnoff. Again, a freshman who's noticing that the libero for FSU wasn't in on that play and targeting the middle that was playing defense while she serves.
There she is, big swing. That's what we're used to seeing from Elisaveta Lukianova.
And this is where she does such a nice job of closing out sets. She doesn't get off her rocker at all when we're 5-6 points from a game point.
Big block from Miami, able to shut down Jasmine Martin, keep this little run alive. Miami now leading 20-17. Yep, not surprised at all. We see a timeout.
Volleyball usually works in about 3 to 4 points. You don't want to get more than that 3 to 4 point margin. That's where you're going to see a lot of timeouts. Again, momentum sport. It goes so back and forth as we're seeing right now in this match. So those 3-point runs are something that we see a lot of coaches call a timeout, break a serve, slow down that momentum.
Well, Anna, being in a Global pandemic, volleyball was affected as well, as we see here, 8-game conference schedule divided into three regions. Spring season will play January 22nd through April 3rd, and there you see the NCAA bracket will be a 48-team bracket. Anna, you know, back when we played, this is not something I would have ever dreamed of, to have to be able to play volleyball back-to-backs the way that they're playing, and the different attributes that are playing into this season. But still, I mean, I guess the good news is we're playing volleyball.
And that's everybody's take on this season, is we're just all so grateful and happy to be here. We had to leave in March and not play volleyball, and that was terrible. All we wanted to do was get into the gym and play, and everyone's overall vibe on the season is they're just really happy to be here. One thing I thought was awesome in both of these coaches talking to them is Chris Poole said, this is nothing I've ever experienced. And he's been coaching since the 80s. Yeah. Nothing he's ever experienced, right? So even the most experienced coaches have no idea what to do in this circumstance. Head coach of Miami, Coach Keno, said, hey, look, we are grateful to be here. And one thing that I think is awesome and a great opportunity is we only have to scout one team per week. Instead of scouting a team that we're going to play on Friday, and then on Saturday we're scouting a team we're playing on Sunday, now we just scout one team and we get to make adjustments overnight, coming back and playing, getting that second opportunity following day.
Certainly a silver lining. Tough pill to swallow there for Miami as Priscilla Hernandez misses her serve.
If you had a stat line for a coach, Chris Poole would have gotten that point right there because he called the timeout, and that's exactly his goal, was to break a serve.
Olivia Daly back to the service line. She had 3 aces last night, really challenging Miami over the last 24 hours. Janice Liao, big swing, but what a dig by Chacon. Liao again. This time she gets the kill.
The ability with Miami, what we just saw Janice Liao run there was kind of this layup footwork, okay? So with a 5-1, and that means that Savannah Bach plays all the way around. She plays front row, and it gives the middles an ability to run what we call a slide. It's the same footwork as a layup in basketball, but it balances the block, so it makes it hard for the middle blocker on the opposing team, on the defensive team, to make it out to a pin, because every set there's 2 options in this 5-1 that Miami runs, and it is tiring for whoever the defending middle blocker is.
Jasmine Martin just picked up another kill. She goes back to the service line. Colony Avalu with a big swing, but Caroline Golden able to get the ball up, but a free ball opportunity here for Miami. Janice Liao again, man, she is looking awesome here in the last few plays. She now has 7 kills on 9 attempts and 0 errors.
It's unbelievable from Janice Liao. And Savannah Bach, this is what makes her such a good setter. Despite being a sophomore, is she can tell when her hitters are hot, and she sets them. She sets them up no matter where she is on the court.
Outside to Chacon, trying to get that deep corner down the line, but that ball is out. Miami with the point now at 23. FSU at 19. Hurricanes trying to close out this first set as Savannah Bach wants a little bit of clarification from our up official. Lukianova back at the service line. Not something that she's done a lot over her career, but this year has really stepped up from the service line.
So the reason why she's doing that is she wants to go play overseas. And when you're an outside hitter and you're going and playing professionally, you have to be able to play all around. And that means front row and back row. You're in all 6 rotations. So that's why we've seen her in the back row, and she's been able to step up.
She has. She actually just got a dig that led to Colony Avalu's kill. And now we are at set point for Miami. Outside to Chacon. She gets the kill. Seminoles still alive here in set 1.
The nice part about Lukianova playing back row is she's 6'6", so she gets to choke up a little bit in the back row and play more of a middle back row, whereas in volleyball, usually you're on a perimeter in Miami's defense. But anything that goes normally, she would dodge that, because anything that goes above her shoulders is usually out.
Caroline Golden with the serve. Back to Lukianova, down the line, gets the kill. And the Miami Hurricanes will take set 1 with a final score of 25-20. Over the Seminoles. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good one here. Set number 2's coming your way. Florida State. There you see Janice Liao. She was impressive in set number 1, Anna.
And you see her hitting percentage is 778 just in the first set. What we've seen in this set is nobody really went crazy on the blocks, so we can credit that to, that's all Janice Liao. She is playing heads up as she goes up for her approach. She tries to see where the other players aren't for FSU, and she's capitalizing on great passes again. I can't say a middle's playing well without saying the defense is great, of course, because I was a libero, but great credit to Miami's defense, and then Janice Liao just playing smart up at the net.
7 kills on 9 attempts. Like you said, hitting 778. Those numbers are astronomical. We'll see. It should be interesting to see if she can hold on to those numbers and continue to play aggressive but smart here in set number 2.
No, looking at the stat line, both teams had 21 digs. FSU had 1 block. Miami had 2 blocks. Okay, so when you look at a player like that who's hitting 778 on the set and 7 kills, that's on her. That's totally her responsibility of, okay, I'm not getting blocked, or I'm getting a good block up there, so how do I hit around this block? How do I, again, that hitting percentage, how do I put this ball down for a kill?
And you see those hitting percentages there, as you mentioned that. It's interesting, Florida State hitting 196 in the first set. I'm sure something that Coach Chris Poole would like to address with his team.
For sure, and Jasmine Martin is their go-to outside hitter right now, and she got a little bit shut down that set, right? So I'm guessing Miami, game plan, let's shut her down, let's close a block, let's make it so she has to hit it where we are, and we can get a good pass and then incorporate our middles, incorporate Janice Liao, who can put the ball down.
You know, Anna, one of the things that we haven't touched upon too much yet today is the X factor for Miami. With this being their final game of the fall, it's their senior night, they're number 11, and they got beat last night. So, I mean, this had to be one of the easiest games of the season to get pumped up for.
Exactly. There's so much momentum. We talk a lot about momentum in volleyball, and this is their final curtain call for these seniors. It could be. I mean, we know that there's a spring season in the spring, but a lot of these seniors, maybe they have their lives planned out. Maybe they were set to graduate in December. Maybe they, you know, and you can't, just like we're all experiencing in the world, life goes on. And yeah, you have to adjust with this whole COVID thing, but life goes on. And so this is really, you know, a really impactful, emotional game for a lot of these Miami players.
Morgan Chacon gets the serving going. Have a double hit by Miami. She'll get the opportunity to head back to the service line. She hit a double-double last night, 19 kills and 14 digs. She hit 405. Really impressive. And there she gets the ace. She also plays for the Florida State beach team, along with her sister Elena. Always good to have a couple of beach players on your hardcourt team.
The beach game, you have to be all around really good, and it's been nice to see beach volleyball get such a start in the NCAA, because when I was a freshman, it was kind of just becoming a thing, and now a lot of Florida schools have it. Almost every California school has it. It allows year-round volleyball, essentially.
Big dig by Caroline Golden on Lukianova, but Chacon couldn't finish it from the back row. Point Miami.
It's smart thought. She was trying to go with a roll shot, is exactly what you think it sounds like out of the back row. Again, one thing that's great that she can incorporate from her beach play is mixing up those shots and having a lot of weird spins on the ball, etc.
Nice pass by Chacon there. Clothier with the tip. Again, we see another big block. Janice Liao able to get to the outside, close the block, shut down FSU.
This was smart by Janice Liao. Pay attention to her eyes. She is not that play. Next play, she is focused on Jasmine Martin, number 4 on FSU. See her eyes go straight to the hitter to see where her shoulders are lined up, where her body's facing, so she can put over an effective block.
Priscilla Hernandez back to serve for Miami. Gets the ace.
Something we see a lot from her. She had 6 aces last week against Clemson in one match. Broke all the records for Miami. Unbelievable server. And again, that's her job as a libero. Pass, serve, and dig.
Miscommunication miscommunication by Florida State, but nonetheless, Hernandez is still going to be at the service line. You mentioned those 6 aces that she had, most in program history in a 5-set match. Chacon uses her hands, not surprising there. Savannah Vaught making an attempt on second ball over, but handled nicely by Florida State. Lukianova gets blocked. Oh, that's tight. Out to Jasmine Martin, uses the block, gets the kill.
And Jasmine Martin, we saw her get blocked a couple plays ago by Janice Liao. Now she's adapting. That's one thing with this FSU team. They communicate so well. Hey, blocks a little bit, not pressed over the net, can't shut you down, so you can tool off of the block. That's what we call it when you go off the block and you get a point. Use their hands or lack of hands to get a point.
Emma Clothier back to the service line. Lukianova gets the kill. Tack on another one for her. And Savannah Vaught will head back to the service line.
That sort of play from Lukianova is exactly what we're talking about when she came in as a freshman, or redshirt freshman, because she redshirted. She hit the ball hard, right? And everyone around the league said, number 9 can hit the ball really hard. But if we shut her down and we block her, then she isn't able to do that much else. Not the most dynamic, just came in with a heavy arm. Over the course of her 5-year career here at Miami, she has worked so hard to the point where she can't be shut down. She's smart, she's dynamic, and she hits the ball hard.
Wow, speaking of hitting a ball hard, Janice Liao. I mean, you got to give credit to Savannah Vaught, though. She goes up with a one-hand set. Look at this.
And she's back row, so huge play by Savannah Vaught saving that. And she gets a touch on it before the FSU player goes, so it's not an overcall. Sometimes when you're back row, that doesn't allow, but she did it. She was quick on it. I don't know how to explain that. That's a difficult rule to explain.
It is, but you did a good job. Sydney Conley gets the kill for Florida State, sending Jasmine Martin back to the service line. Preseason All-ACC. Misses that one long. Point will go to Miami.
That'd be a good misserve. You're okay with a misserve like that. It somewhat puts the ball in play, made Miami make a decision whether or not they were going to touch it. And she was trying to hit these zones. Every area of the court is called a zone in volleyball. And you're trying to hit certain zones depending on where the other team is.
Chacon with the swing, a little bit of help from Dion Williams there. Seminoles with the point, and I feel like every time I turn around, Caroline Golden's at the service line.
She is, and that's a good thing, right? You want her back there, and you want her to serve as much as she can. She's a great server.
Kalaniavalu mixes in a tip. Clothier tries the tip, but Miami responds, gets the point.
Really heads-up play from Angela Grieve. I like Kalaniavalu. I'm having a hard time saying her name today. Kalaniavalu.
Yeah.
I like her thought in trying to mix up with a tip, but of course when you have the libero back there, Caroline Golden is waiting for that.
There we see that big topspin serve from Kalaniavalu. And she'll get another opportunity at that. You know that's got to feel good for her. She's missed her last couple serves. And she's got one of those serves that the more she's back at the service line, it's just going to get stronger and stronger, and she's going to get more comfortable back there.
It's all about comfort with her. She's in her home gym. It's all about comfort.
Outside to Chacon. Chacon again from the outside. Picked up by Kalaniavalu. Angela Grieve down the line, but that ball is out.
Trying to mix up the shots. I like the thought from Angela Grieve there. However, fantastic defense from Florida State, and at least 2 of those balls that were sent over were out of system, and they put them over effectively, putting Miami out of system. Big, big time when you can have your out of system, put the other team out of system.
Lily Tessier back for Florida State. But again, we see from the back row, Miami using Kalani Avalu. She's got such a deadly swing from anywhere on the court.
I love Savannah Vaugh's decision to set her in the back row. Watch for Florida State. It's happened twice now. I doubt they let it happen again, and they're going to make, hopefully they will make some adjustments so it doesn't happen again out of the back row.
Wow, and I thought that ball was in, but I think they're calling it out, and the point's going to go to Florida State. Might be seeing a challenge here by Coach Keno. Indeed we are. I don't know about you, but to the naked eye, I thought that ball was in. We can take a look here. Oh, I think it catches the line. What do you think?
Close. Oftentimes,
I think it catches it.
It's rare to see line calls, ins and outs. These refs, yeah, they're good. It's
they
rare
know what
to
they're
see
doing.
these
Very
overturned.
rare, yes.
Nets again, it touches. Yeah, 50-50 on that one, but with a line call, it's usually half and half. Or it's usually pretty much the first call is usually what it is. So they look for the shadow.
Right.
And they look for, it's hard to tell because the ball spins so much in indoor. And in beach, if you're calling it in or out, you just look at the imprint in the sand.
It's a little bit easier. But until we get censored volleyball floors,
Yeah, exactly.
we're just going to have to go by what you see.
Again, you know, the closeness of the sport is what makes it, the imperfectness makes it just the perfect sport. So,
all right, Anna, what are you saying, in or out?
I think it was in.
You think
I'm calling it in.
You're calling in.
It.
Okay, I agree with you.
I'll stand by it.
I'm sure Coach Keno would love your answer.
You think you would? And the great thing about Keno is you could hear a couple in the last set. Yep, it's in. There you go.
Good call.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good call.
What I was going to say about Keno is he's passionate, and the refs even looked at Savannah Vaught, who's the floor captain, so she's the only one that can go talk to the first ref, the one up in the chair, the high ref. And she was even saying, yeah, I know he's a little emotional, but when you have an emotional coach like that fighting for you, throwing challenges, makes you want to play better.
Oh, yeah, I always loved that.
Yeah, he's great.
Angela Grieve with the nice jump float. That ball is out. Miami will get the point. They extend their lead. Now up 11-7. Florida State here has to be careful. Don't want the Hurricanes to get too far ahead. Well, that'll help them a little bit. Angela Grieve with the service error.
Miami, they kind of get that challenge again, lose a timeout, but they got a timeout, right? So decent challenge, slowed down Florida State's pace, and now they're trying to get the momentum back in there. But again, like we said at the beginning of the match, and we'll say it at the end, got to make your serve.
Outside to Lukianova. Ball's wide. The point will go to Florida State. Now within 2 of the Hurricanes.
She was trying, it was an okay miss, and the best thing about Lukianova is pay attention. I bet she gets set here again.
Wow. What a play by Jasmine Martin.
That's the second time we've seen, at least so far, just really heads up net play. And that's why she's, 2020 All-ACC preseason team. That's why she was 2019 second team All-ACC, is because she's heads up and she's smart during the difficult plays like that.
Nice dig by Angela Grieve there. We'll go back to Jasmine Martin again. Almost, but Miami couldn't quite handle it. Point Seminoles.
And Florida State has battled back into this. Again, timeout by Miami as expected. Great service by Florida State. We haven't seen an ace, but we've seen aggressive serves that have been throwing Miami out of system.
Welcome back to Miami. There you see, we mentioned it in the open. Florida State missing a big piece to the puzzle in Taryn Canute this year. Anna, she sprained her ankle a couple days before the Georgia Tech game. Huge loss for the Seminoles.
Oh, for sure. She's, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and she's a middle. So that's just right up in her blocking, and she's great at transitioning. Again, State has done a great job of filling her absence. Unfortunately not there, but...
No, what a swing by Lukianova.
And that's what makes her so good. That's why she's getting 5 points per set, because she can still use her heavy arm to her advantage. She's put the dynamic smart player together with the heavy armed player, and she's molded this super player. It's awesome to see her growth over the course of her five years in college.
Priscilla Hernandez picks up an ace. Both of her parents were actually athletes at Miami, including her sister Sylvia, who played 4 years on the volleyball team, graduated in 2017. She couldn't quite handle that one. Florida State able to get the point, and now we are sitting at 13-12. Florida State will go outside. Big touch by Miami. They'll go back row again. But this time, Florida State's block's ready for it.
What did I say? They got beat on that twice out of the back row, but pay attention to the block, okay? Pay attention to Williams, number 47. Triple block right there. So they're anticipating Janet Kalaniavalu. It's today, I swear. But Kalaniavalu, they're paying attention to her in the back row, and they're saying, hey, she's live. She has a fierce back row attack. Let's shut her down and put up a triple block.
Janice Leal mixes in an off-speed shot. Lukianova here with another swing. Sharp cross, wow. Look at the ups by Jasmine Martin on that play to keep that ball in play and get it over the net. Look at this.
Heads up defense. Again, her net play is so great, so heads up. That's the third, fourth time so far today, and that is so hard. It looks so easy, but that is the hardest thing to do up at the net as a volleyball player.
She's insanely athletic. I'd love to know what her vertical is. Clothier again up at the service line. She picks up the ace.
Again, sophomore has really gotten a step up this year in the absence of Taryn Canute, and a pleasant surprise. It's all you can say is wasn't expecting it, and here we go. She's done such a tremendous job.
Named to the All-ACC freshman team last year. Janice Leal again, this time shut down by Florida State. They'll go back to her. One blocker, can't quite put it away. Miami's in the net. Florida State gets the point.
And that's one thing I was writing down in warm-ups. Everyone was doing their pre-warm-up everything. You play your systems, you play your rotations, and both of these teams, but particularly FSU, so aggressive on their out-of-system play. They do tight sets, tight bump sets, and every hitter, even if it's coming from a strange angle on the court, is aggressive up in the net.
Florida State was on a 9-2 run, but Lukianova with the big swing outside gets her team the point.
If you want to get out of a run, set Lukianova. She's smart. Again, she puts everything all together and can capitalize.
Caroline Golden lays out for that ball, able to keep it alive. Back to Jasmine Martin with the off-speed shot. Kalaniavalu with another off-speed shot. Martin again. But that one's wide. Hurricanes get the point.
This is truly neck and neck, and this is coming down to serving and passing like we've talked about, and again, who can play better out of system.
Back row Chacon. Kalaniavalu shut down. Lukianova again down the line. Her swing is so heavy. We both play defense. I would not want to play defense against her.
No, you do not want to. It's even if you're there, you have to be so disciplined in your platform and you can't move at all.
Big block there by Miami. Looked like it was mostly Lukianova, and that's a big block to go against.
And this is where the matches that Miami closes out. Again, we're getting into her sweet spot. Things are a little weird this year, but we have a lot of ACC teams on the national ranking, and it's bringing the ACC much wanted and deserved attention. I'm loving how the ACC is stepping up.
Big play there by Dion Williams, gets her team to the point. Heading back to the service line, Olivia Daly started her career at Kentucky, was an All-American there, then went to Ohio State. In 2018, she led in assists. She was out in 2009 with an injury, had some surgery in the spring, but she looks great here today. And that ball is long. Daly will head back to the service line.
And Daly is a great example of why this fall situation is actually great, depending on if it counts towards the tournament. But one thing that Chris Poole said was the pandemic couldn't have been worse for her because she was taking it easy in January and February, and we're supposed to start practicing in March, go through her rehab and everything. But that's what the fall season can do. If the spring really does count, it can kind of allow these players, it can be seen as a spring season, so to say. Even though it's in the fall, it's all complicated, but...
Janice Leal picked up her 9th kill. Lukianova out of the back row. And Angela Grieve gets the kill. Lukianova with a nice serve. Free ball opportunity here for Miami. Holy smoke! Kalaniavalu down the line.
That was a huge hit. She saw a little bit of open down the line, and she took advantage of it. Just the tiniest of space and capitalizes. Nothing Caroline Golden can do there. That's a hard hit ball.
She got a touch on it.
That's pretty impressive. Those are one of those where even if you have your platform out, good luck. That's hard.
I mean, other than keeping those hands neutral, which is not an easy thing to do for a defensive player, you know. Anna, one of the things that we haven't talked as much about today is the fact that these teams, they played last night. And you look at the go-to hitters, especially for Miami, Lukianova, she had 48 swings last night.
Her set distribution is insane. And I mean, every single match that she's in, her attempts to her kills, it's crazy. And it's no wonder she's getting 5 points per set. I mean, let's look at it that. There's 25 points if you win a volleyball match, okay? She is responsible for a fifth of those points, right? 25 divided by 5. Right, my math is right here. I mean, that's insane. That is unbelievable. She is so dynamic. And you see her serve. Her serve is unbelievable. She's really developing into this all-around player. Historically, she plays on the right side. That's her sweet spot. But recently, she's really stepped up on the outside. One thing, pay attention. Every single time she gets a kill, there's a hole. You have to be disciplined if you're a blocker playing against her because she is smart. She goes up with her eyes. She doesn't just go up blindly swinging. She goes up, she sees if there's a block, if there's a hole, where the block is, and she hits around it.
She's got 8 kills today. Currently hitting .261, which is a little below probably where she'd like to be, but still a good hitting percentage for how many swings she's taken, 23 attempts.
Exactly, you have to look at the attempts with her always.
That ball's long. Lukianova putting together a nice little run here from Miami from the service line, leading 21-18. Florida State would like to stop the bleeding here.
Hey, let's go.
Florida State is challenging the previous ruling of no touch at the net.
We have a challenge to see whether that ball was in or out. Both coaches utilizing those challenges here today. And like you said, sometimes it can be a matter of just stopping play to press the reset button.
Exactly. It could be a timeout, especially late in the set like this. And specifically, I think you would challenge it instead of timeout because you could get the timeout back, right? Again, there are very few times where line calls are overturned. As much as you want to complain about line judges, they're usually spot on.
Right.
Usually they're pretty good at what they do.
At this level,
At this level, yeah. It's fast.
Very good.
And you play this sport long enough, you just get a good feel of where you are out on the court. I think the best thing about these challenges, though, is the ability. When I played 2014. My senior year was 2017. We didn't really have challenges because ACC Network, all of this stuff was just getting started.
Right.
So these are recent, and the coaches in the ACC have done a fantastic job of adapting and using them to their advantage.
Yeah. Call stands. Lukianova back to the service line. Still sitting at 21-18. Miami leading here in set number 2. Back to Williams. Almost gets the kill. Nice defensive play by Miami. Keeping it alive. Line judge is saying the ball hit the antenna, so that will be point Florida State as Jasmine Martin will head back to the service line. Florida State now within 2. Miami picked up set number 1. Just as a reminder, Florida State would love to tie this match up. Take a minute to wipe up the floor. Oh, so important in volleyball because how many injuries I'm sure you've seen also in your career, Anna, where slick spot on the floor, all it takes is just a little bit of a slip and it's a knee or an ankle and it's no good.
We at Syracuse, where I played, we did not have air conditioning when I was there, and the summer months would be dangerous. It was not fun.
Nice play by Williams to get the Seminoles another one, bringing it within 1.
Williams, you can see Williams is a senior, and you can tell by the net play, right? Williams,
right.
just the
very smart,
yeah. Very smart.
That ball is wide. I'm sure Jasmine Martin would like to have that one back again, but Janice Liao heads back to the service line. 9 kills on 14 attempts today. I'm sure the Seminoles are happy to see her in the back row now. Outside to Chacon. Blocked but covered by Golden. Go to Chacon again. Tried a little bit of a thumb throw there, but it goes wide. Janice Liao heads back again to the service line. Miami just 2 away now from going up 2 sets to none over Florida State. That ball is long. Looked a little bit like Florida State was hoping that was long.
Janice Liao has a great serve.
She does. I thought maybe it was going to drop.
Exactly. So, again, if you want to miss your serve, miss it over the net because at least it somewhat puts it in play.
Outside, Angela Grieve. Conley, but the point will go to Miami. That's 4 hits.
It looks like the coaches definitely are not agreeing with that call.
Chacon will speak to the up official, trying to get a little bit of clarification. Miami loves that call because it brings them within 1 of taking set number 2. As you can see there, Chris Poole not exactly pleased.
It's a pivotal call, pivotal point.
And we will have a challenge by Florida State. No surprise there at this point in the set, especially if there's a chance you're going to go down 2 sets to none.
Why not?
Why not?
No, and these are the calls in challenges. We've seen a lot of line calls. And again, as much as you want to doubt the line judge when you're playing volleyball, it's hard to. These are the calls that are important to the fact that we can challenge and we have replays now in the ACC are huge because these are the calls that oftentimes we do see get overturned because there's junk at the net and this is a fast-moving sport.
I was My mother is assistant coach at Ohio Dominican University, and I can tell you both her and I would have loved to have challenges when I was coaching. It would have been awesome.
It's a timeout opportunity. It could be a free timeout.
I guess it could be a curse and a blessing, though.
It could, yeah. If you
might get away with one.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here back, Anna.
It's a great coverage by FSU, by their blockers.
I don't know, Anna. I don't see the 4 there.
So they're saying it maybe blocked off.
And then she won.
So they're saying the ball went off Emma Clothier.
Okay.
So in that up, by the right side, I couldn't see the number. By the right side, it went off Emma Clothier, and then that was 4 hits. Okay, that's also the part about volleyball that's kind of a bummer. And then they miss. And then they miss on game point. But that's the bummer.
That's tough.
Your ponytail sometimes can count as a touch.
Right. So. Sometimes the curses of being a woman.
But again, right there is an example of the challenge. It slowed Miami's pace. They had a big-time server back the line, and now redemption.
Lily Tessier try to get her team back in it here. That ball is wide. Florida State picks up another one. Now at 23, Miami at 24. Huge serve here for Lily Tessier. What a block. Emma Clothier, she got up, pressed over, made it impossible for Miami.
That is exactly where she needed to step up this year with Taryn Knute's absence.
All right, we are tied up at 24 all. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the other side. I mean, we have a barn burner going. It's 24 all. Tessier back at the service line for Florida State. They'll go in the back row. Colony Avalu able to get it done with the off-speed shot from the back row. Angela Grieve will head back to the service line. What a shot, Anna.
It's been working for Miami. The only time we saw it not working was when FSU was preparing for that back row attack. But great decision-making by Savannah Vaughn to set Janet Kalaniavalu out of the back row. That's her 3rd kill from just the back row from behind the 10-foot line today.
6 overall for Kalaniavalu. Angela Grieve. And they're going to call Florida State in the net. Miami gets the point. Florida State doesn't agree, but either way, the Hurricanes are going to take set 2 to go up 2-0 in this match. Final score 26-24. We'll see if Florida State can get on the board here when we come back for set number 3. Don't go anywhere. Even down a little bit since the last one. Florida State's hitting percentage went up a little bit to 125. And then we see Miami hitting 241, so clearly dominant in that perspective.
Kills and hitting percentage. I think it comes down to Miami just being heads up and smart, going up, noticing if there's a hole in the block, and capitalizing on it, which is what number 9, Eliza Lukianova, does so well.
And Anna, one of the things that stands out the most to me is in that small yellow writing at the bottom. Service errors. Miami 7, Florida State 2.
Again, and that
goes back to what you were talking about.
It all is serve and pass. When you have stat lines so even like this, go back to your basics. How are you serving? How are you passing? And again, right here we can see service errors. Miami is actually, you know, maybe they're serving a little bit more aggressive, putting FSU out of system in this game. So how do I explain that? Sometimes when you miss, it means that you're being more aggressive, right? So you're capitalizing on
taking more of a risk.
Yes, taking more of a risk. So high risk, high reward. Maybe you have more service errors, but you serve aggressive, and that's traditionally what we see in Miami.
Speaking of which, Angela Grieve with a nice serve. Kick us off here in set number 3. Nice. I love that move by Florida State.
So dirty in a good way. And that's the trick of playing a 6-2 with your setters. Always back row means your setter isn't live. They can't go up and block. They can't attack. And the FSU setters, both of them, do such a fantastic job of of having that second ball over, but still staying within the rules, not breaking the plane of the net, staying on the ground.
It's got to be difficult to do.
I could never do it. Oh my God.
Lukianova outside, covered by Hernandez. Back row again, we see Kalaniavalu, and she gets another kill from the back row.
There's only once today out of the, I believe, 4 or 5 attempts from the back row that have not worked for her. So fantastic on Savannah Vach to be heads up and say, hey, this is working, so let's keep on going until it doesn't work anymore.
Priscilla Hernandez with the jump float. Nice block by Miami. Another big point for Miami. Let's take a look, Anna.
This is why Miami's hitting percentage is better. Tiniest little hole, Lukianova going to capitalize every single time. You cannot leave her one-on-one out at the pin.
Lukianova blocked nicely. Williams able to close that block. Lukianova tries to go down the line, but that ball is wide. Anna, something to take a look at, really notice. Florida State decided to change liberos here for set number 3 as we see Lauren Burrows there in the libero position for the Seminoles.
And that's what Chris Poole was saying is they traveled, I believe, 14 players last week. All 14 got a shot. So he's taking this fall season as an ability to just get their starting lineup figured out and figure everything out.
Very rare error by Savannah Vach as she gets called for the double.
And that's going to happen sometimes when you're a setter. Sometimes you just have to say, okay, my hands are sweaty. It is what it is. Let's move on.
For how many attempts?
Yeah.
Especially running a 5-1.
And Miami, Savannah Vach has some of the most attempts, assists in the ACC. So.
Right. Well, you just got done saying Kalaniavalu is normally pretty good from the back row, but they're able to put up a triple block. The Seminoles shut her down.
And you can see Florida State after the last time, every time they're getting beat by Kalaniavalu from the back row, they're coming together saying, hey, remember triple block when she's back there.
Kalaniavalu will pick up, Lukianova will pick up the kill. And Savannah Vach will head back to the service line yet again.
Just smart. She's smart, tooling off the hands. She can utilize a block that's closed. She capitalizes blocks that are not closed. Just like we saw right there, right? She goes around.
Sharp shot.
She goes around. Block is closed, not much room. So she goes around it, figures out how to put the ball down.
Did get Williams' left hand there, excuse me, so it wasn't as sharp as I thought it was, but she is good at that shot. Kalaniavalu on the backside gets the kill. Now, Anna, here we are in set number 3 for the Seminoles. It's do or die at this point. They are trading points back and forth as we've seen majority of the day. But how much pressure is on Florida State right now in order to get set 3?
There's a lot of pressure. This is do or die, as you said, and it really starts with serve, pass, blocks, right? Just as we saw, Miami's block is set. They're there. They're picking up momentum. Bench is loud. One thing I'd like to see FSU take over here is their bench could incorporate and help shift some of this momentum back to the Seminoles corner.
Lukianova cross court. There's the sharp shot I was talking about. That ball's in.
Everything is working for Miami right now. And that's a great attack by Williams. But again, Priscilla Hernandez, and this is the Miami we know and love. They capitalize on everything.
Look at Florida State staying alive. A couple of big swings by Miami, but another big swing. Florida State, some defense. Miami here, free ball opportunity. Back to Kalaniavalu. Another dig by Florida State. Big one by Chacon. Angela Grieve able to run that ball down. Hernandez picks up another dig. Free ball opportunity now for Seminoles. outside to Jasmine Williams. And Florida State gets that point after a long rally.
What a big rally, though. Everyone on both sides just going 150%. Great defense from both sides, from both liberos. And again, this is so changing what I think a little bit in the third set here. Whoever can incorporate their middles is gonna find success. Again, we're going back to square one, what we talked about in the first set. Incorporating the middles is how you peel off from a game like this.
Taylor Roberts into the game for Florida State. She's back at the service line now. As you said, Chris Poole certainly not afraid to throw in different players from his bench.
No, that's what he said about this season is, you know, we're not playing a true in-season, but we're also not playing a true out-of-season. So, you know, we're making it up as we go. Again, coaching since the 80s, and there's no manual. This is a direct quote. No manual on playing sports during a pandemic, and isn't that the truth?
Janice Leal picks up another kill. She's now got 10. Chacon down the line, what a spot. There's where that beach play comes in.
That is exactly, it's that smart, intelligent, okay, this isn't the super sexy hit, but it's gonna put the ball down and that corner is open. Noticed that Lukianova was playing back row, plays up a little bit because she's taller, so great heads up play.
Mikalina Rolla also in for Miami. Janice Leal up the middle. That might have hit Clothier's head, which is a compliment to her for getting up as high as she can.
Exactly, but when Janice Leal and Savannah Bach, they've connected so well. I mean, Janice Leal hitting 550 on the game so far.
11 kills for Leal now.
No errors.
And an ace, picks up an ace. It's her second service ace of the game. Miami leading 10-6. Here in set number 3, Hurricanes up 2-0. Tips that net again. Clothier gets blocked. Chacon down the line. Again, we see her pulling out that bag of tricks.
She's great. She is a great out-of-system player to go to because I think because of her beach background, she can adjust to the ball being set from weird and odd angles on the courts, and she can mix up her shots. It's not just the big hit every single time. It's, hey, let's just throw something out there and it's gonna go down.
Close call, but Miami ends up getting the point.
Senior.
Miami makes a substitution. Coach Keno trying to get his seniors in as Madison Dill was back at the service line.
That happens. That's the bummer.
It
when
does.
You're
It
middle
does.
blocker, serving specialist, DS, whatever you are. You're cold, and then you go in, and then how are you supposed to warm up? But I like that. See, great thing from Coach Keno that
I agree.
where he incorporates middles or seniors on senior day.
Out to Angela Grieve. Big touch there. Miami gets the point. Now extends their lead to 4. Lukianova back in the game. Chacon from the back row. Nice swing. Lukianova outside. Big swing from Jasmine Martin on the outside. Gets her team the point.
Just back and forth, big hitters on the outside pin. And that's it speaks to the match right now. It's back and forth. Florida State's trying to fight their way back in, but that's what's so important about closing the block, getting a set defense, so giving your passers and your diggers an opportunity to dig the ball effectively.
Lukianova outside, gets the kill, tacks on another one. That's her 13th kill of the game.
Her ability to just find the tiniest of holes and capitalize is just amazing.
Priscilla Hernandez just served. She's got 14 digs on the day. Getting error by Martin. Hurricanes will tack on another one.
And looks like the thought. She was trying to go hard cut shot, so we say, to that left front corner of Miami side. I like the thought. It went into the net, but again, try to mix shots up.
Jasmine Martin using the block. Point Seminoles. Now within 4 again, as Miami leads 14-0, 2 sets to nothing. Lindsay Rowley and Anna Connolly with you. Thanks so much for joining us here today on Miami Senior Day and their last game of the fall, looking to pick up one last win. We'll take a break as Miami is leading 15-10.
Foot on the pedal and just keep on going. And it starts with Savannah Vaughn, right? Not only is she serving, but her set distribution and her decision-making is really pivotal in a situation like this to close out a game. Close out a game and close out a match, right? Both.
Coach Keno said Savannah is mature beyond her years, and you can definitely see that when you watch her play. Be a double hit, and Florida State will get the point. Chops that deficit down to 4. Taylor Roberts back in the game. Serve for the Seminoles. Kalaniavalu from the outside. Chacon tried to mix in a tip, but Lukianova stopped her.
She's just been so great. And this is what Coach Keno talks about, is how she has been able to make her game so much more dynamic. Not just is she this heavy arm that can't be stopped when there's a hole in the block, but she just can't be stopped all around.
Florida State looking for a touch, but not going to get it. Miami gets the point. Outside to Chacon. Angela Grieve picks up another kill.
She's gotten going in this third set a lot. We saw her have negative hitting percentage pretty much throughout the first and second set, but the past couple of plays, she's been able to be smart and go off of Florida State blockers' hands.
Savannah Bach with the dig. Kalaniavalu tries to tip it over, gets stopped. Ultimately, Williams threw that ball down. Take a look.
Big net play by everybody on both sides. Smart. Again, the hardest thing to do in volleyball is net play, because it's so easy to touch the net, and having good net play just speaks to skill, right? Williams is a senior, so it's expected that she's going to have great net play.
We have another challenge on the floor. Whether that ball was in or out. I believe, Anna, this is our third challenge on calls, whether in or out on the line of the day.
Calls.
Yeah, on line calls.
which is, again, you know, we haven't seen one be overturned yet. So, but it can slow things down and allow a timeout. Why not call a challenge instead of calling a timeout when you might get the timeout back?
It's a tough call from that angle. It might catch the line, but
like shadow, I guess.
I don't know. It's a tough call. You almost have to have a camera right down the line, which we do not have.
The aerial view. Even in an aerial view, you'd see there's so much junk with the net and the pin.
But very crucial challenge, looking at the score here, especially with Miami being up 2 sets.
No, it has, and this is where Miami, Savannah Vaughn is going to feed the ball to Lukianova, right? We're within, what is that, 7 points, right? 19, yeah, okay, we're good. Math isn't my strong suit, but we're coming up on, you know, closing out a match, and you got to funnel it to the players that can perform in high-pressure situations like this.
Well, you mentioned Lukianova from Miami. Who should Florida State be looking to right now, you think?
We have Emma Clothier in up front, and she's been, again, we talked about how she stepped up this year, and it's important for her, even just being a sophomore, to focus in this circumstance and just really just dial in everything, whether it's blocks, just like there, right? Gotta stay there in the blocks, and that can really get Florida State back into this match.
Clothier with only 4 kills on 2 errors and 15 attempts here today. A little below where she's normally been performing. Angela Grieve on the outside from Miami, picked up by Chacon. Big swing down the line by Adrienne.
This is going to be a lot of work for FSU to get back into this game, but it's going to take a lot of energy, and kills like that can get energy. You see everyone coming up off of the net, just cheering, going crazy. Bench was going loud. That is so pivotal in a circumstance like this.
Interesting about Adrienne, she's playing right front, but she's also a setter. She had 466 assists last year, which is huge to be able to have a right side that can also set. Angela Grieve gets shut down. Emma Clothier closed that block.
Again, this is what has made her so great this season. Her ability to just focus, lock in as a sophomore, and in the absence of Taryn Canute.
Florida State now within 3. Pelania Balu says no more. She had a big shot down the line, gets her team a point. Miami back up 4.
She finds the tiniest of holes and tiniest of areas to get through, and just, again, a heavy arm.
Janice Liao back at the service line. 11 kills on 21 attempts, only 1 error on the day. Free ball opportunity for Miami. Outside to Angela Grieve, uses the block, gets the kill.
Again, making that hitting percentage positive, and she's done so with being smart. Heads up play, tooling off of the block.
Outside to Chacon. Little scramble, but Miami gets it over. Clothier puts it away.
I love that I said Emma Clothier has to pick up, and she has done that. 2 blocks and now a kill just in the last couple of points. And that's what's made everybody go, whoa, she's really, really good. And that's why Chris Poole said that she moved last week in Taryn Canute's absence. She moved to the middle 1 spot, the first middle spot.
Well, last night she had 13 kills on 21 attempts. She had 619. Net violation by Florida State. Miami now up 21-16.
This is the best part. Again, a senior getting in to serve. And she missed her serve last time, but now she gets to redeem herself once again.
Madison Dill back at the service line. Tough break, hate seeing that. Kalaniavalu back in the game. Morgan Chacon back at the service line for Florida State. Miami able to stay alive. Priscilla Hernandez just couldn't handle Jessica Nunji. She picks up a kill, and Chacon back at the service line again. Kalaniavalu from the back row. Picked up by Chacon. Nice tip by Jasmine Martin, gets the kill.
Yeah, I think the general consensus from the Miami bench was Emma Clothier was in the net and at least over that middle line.
But we play on.
But yeah, sometimes we don't make them, so it's okay.
Savannah Vaught trying to catch Florida State off guard. Angela Grieve outside.
I'd love to see Savannah Vaught get a nice pass and set up Lauren Tarnoff.
Look at the hustle.
There we go. Yep, there you go.
Oh, you called it.
Called it. She's great, though. As a freshman, she's great at capitalizing on long rallies like that. She knows how to put balls away, which is crazy as freshman. And
that play by Lauren Burrows, holy smoke.
She's come in and been able to make an impact as well. I mean, she's liberating this set, and she's already at 8 days. That's pretty impressive.
The fact that she was able, running away from the court, one arm, throws it back.
That's the kind of
what a play.
That's the kind of heart, though, you're expected to play with as a libero, and that's the difference between being an outside hitter and a libero. You know, transitioning to the libero spot is you have to be able to sacrifice. Libero's no glory, absolutely no glory. You are sacrificing your body every single play.
Miami only 2 away from picking up this match, leading 2-0. And we'll have timeout by Chris Poole. No shock here. Angela Grieve back at the service line for Miami. Nice pancake by Priscilla Hernandez to keep the ball alive, and eventually Miami gets the point. And now we are at match point.
Just feed the ball to Lukianova. She knows how to close out these matches.
Florida State got the win last night over Miami, 3-1. Today, Miami came in. They came ready to play, huh?
And that's what head coach Keno has been talking about, is the ability to adjust. He really likes this group. He really likes the personalities and how they're different, but they work well together, and it's all about adjustment.
Nice serve by Angela Grieve. Gets the ace to win the match. Miami 25, Florida State 19 in set number 3. Miami gets the win, 3-0 over the Seminoles.